The Anthem public or open demo, as it's called, starts tomorrow, Friday, February 1st, and runs through February 3rd. Now, if you're given any thought to trying out this game, and why wouldn't you? It's kind of important to know that this game is going to start you at a level 10, and it doesn't give you any kind of tutorial. And so with that in mind, I thought I'd make this short, or I hope to be short, video, providing you some details, some tips, so a quick start guide, if you will, that'll help you jump into the game and not have to wonder how to do certain things, and just let you enjoy the demo a little more. Now, this is not going to cover everything. This is just some quick hitting points that'll make life a little easier, I think. So let's begin. When you spawn into the game world here for the first time, you're down in this little thing next to Owen here, and you're going to have to make your way up to where the javelins are. Now, the javelin area, I call it, I guess it's the forge area. I say that because the forge is right there. But this is where you have to go. This is where you start all your missions from, the strongholds, free play, what have you. So you get up to this area, you jump into your javelin, you follow the prompt as it shows right there on the screen, and you're ready to take off. Now, the forge I will talk about a little bit later, which is right there as well. And that's where you do the customization, but I wanted to kind of jump into all this stuff first. So there are two ways you can jump into a mission, stronghold, and even free play. Once you get into your javelin, you're going to select the area, the mission, or whatever you need to go. If this is your mission that you're on as you're going through the story, you can just go down the bottom where it says, and for me it was push the X button to launch. I could just launch right into it, and I am the one controlling the. Another way is you can highlight it on the map. You can go into it, select quick play, select mission, and what it will do is it'll let you join into somebody who's already started the mission who has an open slot, and it just loads you in. It could be halfway through the mission, it could be near the end. That's just the way it works. Now, what I had noticed about that in the demo, VIP demo, was that you don't get credit for that mission. It's not like you completed the story, you just jumped in. I don't know if it's that way in the full game. That's just the way I saw it work in the VIP demo. Could have just been a bug. So as soon as you launch your mission, or you doing the quick play, you're gonna want to know the most important part of it is how to fly. Alright, so these are the flight controls, and I'm going to be a little more specific on this because I'm going to be talking about controller controls, because that's what I use. So you're getting your little javelin, and you push on Xbox, the A button to jump, if you want to jump, which I'm sure that's the X button on the PlayStation. Then when you're ready to launch your thrusters, if you will, and take off into flight, push down on the left thumbstick on the Xbox, L3 on the PlayStation controller. And off you're gonna go, flying through the world, bumping into walls, crashing, overheating, doing all the things that first time pilots tend to do in this game. And yeah, I'm sure you've seen me do it in my last video if you watched that. And as you're flying along, you see something, you're ready to start shooting, but you can't shoot while you're flying. You can either land, which is just basically crashing into the ground if you want, or you can push the A button or the X button on the controller. But the most fun thing to do, of course, especially if you're playing the storm, is to hover. To hover, you push the right thumbstick down, and there you'll be in your hover mode. And then while you're flying and enemies start shooting at you, you can push the B, and it'll do, in the Ranger it's a barrel roll, I think in the Storm it's a dash, and I can't remember what, or a dodge or whatever, and then the other one I can't remember what it is. The Colossus, I don't believe you can do any of that, because he's just a big tank. And then this one, even though it doesn't deal with flight, I kind of want to share it with you. You have to hold down the X button on Xbox and the square button on PlayStation to swap your weapons. It took me a lot longer to figure that out than I would like to admit. Alright, so now you're out in the mission, you're in the stronghold, going mission, you're in the free play, and something pops up and you need to know, well, now I'm here, where do I go? This will probably be obvious to some people. Other people, it wasn't. From videos I've seen, there will be a little blue indicator that basically is your route, because you don't have a mini-map. So you just basically fly toward that little blue marker. And then the next one will pop up and so on. And when you get to where your mission is, you'll have a yellow indicator, and it'll be pretty obvious that this is your target area. If it's a stronghold, you'll get a little purple castle knight thing, emblem, same thing. And then while you're in battle, you see the red the little red triangle thing, glowy thing. You see the green triangle glowy thing. Well, this is, I know, strange. But once again, just so to make sure everybody understands, the red is health to pick up. The green is ammunition, and do not be afraid to just run and take it because they are individually instanced, so you're the only one who can pick it up. When you see it, you're the only one that sees it. And then when you see the little diamonds drop, the whites, the greens, the blues, that is the loot. That is the stuff that you want to pick up so that at the end of the mission, you can get new weapons, new gear, new components to make your javelin stronger, better, faster. Well, I don't know about faster, but at least hover better, fly longer. Basically leveling up your pilot. So you want to pick those up. And then while you're out there as well, you're going to want to notice what's going on in your HUD. So at the top left is your shields and your health. The bottom right is all the indicators for your things like the grenades, just all your abilities, and it shows you when it's in yellow that it's charged. And so you want to kind of keep an eye on that. They're going to charge pretty quickly, so you should be able to just kind of spam that stuff. It's not that bad. Also at times when you're flying, next to your character name will be a kind of radar that pops up that indicates where certain elements are that you need to pick up. It will have a little indicator left, right, forward, backward, basically is what those are. But there's also a little, and it's harder to see in any video, there's a little triangle that pops up that shows you if it's up or down, so you know to look high or look low, and if it's a dot, it's right in your area. Now let's go back to the forge. So when you get in the forge, and you've done at least a mission or whatever, and you want to go and change your weapons, go into the forge, brings up your javelins. You're going to have just one to start off with. You can pick the second one after you reach level 12, and this is where they will all come up. And as soon as you get to 12 and you get back, you jump in the forge, and this is the first thing that's going to pop up is telling you can pick a new javelin. So this is where you're going to do it. When you go in here, of course, you've got your loadout. I don't think I need to explain that. That's your weapons, your gear, all that good stuff. And then you have your appearance. Now, I'm telling you this because, yes, once again, it took me longer to catch on to this than it should have, because I missed it in the streams that they did. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. When you click on the appearance and you go to paint, on the left side where you see, basically this was like I would see in a 3D Studio Max if you are a renderer of any kind, you have your material. You have to highlight that to pick the material, and then on the right side of that, on the far right of that bar, is the color. So you need to highlight that to pick the color. So I hope that this will make it a little easier on you. I may not have been the best explaining it, but feel free to type in anything in the comments and I will be more than happy to guide you through it as best I can. The developers are great as well at answering any questions you have. And I'm sure you have friends that will help, if nothing else. So everybody, I hope you get out there. I hope you enjoy the demo. I hope it runs smooth for you all. And then I hope I'll see you all whenever the Anthem game actually releases on February 22nd. Or if you're an EXS or Origin Prime member, that we'll see you on February 15th, where you get to go in a little early. But until the next time, everybody, enjoy the games.